Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, myself, Niag Chokshi, partner at a company called Techno Industries in Ahmedabad, manufacturing Techler's range of material handling equipments since last 4 decades and experience of 5 decades. We are having two plants in India, and at present mainly based in Ahmedabad. One is in Vatwa Industrial Estate and another is in People's Industrial Estate. And myself is a mechanical engineer from Karnataka University and already into the business of lifting and shifting into material handling since past 25 years.
Okay.
So this is some introduction about me, the people who are not aware apart from the material handling industry. I hope this will be useful to you.
Yes, yes. So, could you give a small brief about your products?
We are into manufacturing of overhead cranes, basically, which are used for lifting and shifting big jobs inside the factories. So we are make cranes. We also make wire rope hoists, which are used is a part of material handling equipment, wherein we use those for different projects for lifting and shifting in only X and Y direction. Cranes are used in X, Y, Z direction. Hoists are used in X and Y direction. These are all both electrical options. Earlier, we had started this company with manufacturing manual options like manual hoist. You have to lift manually, means with the help of a chain, and you have to shift with the help of a chain. It's a function and it's engineering about it. So you lift and shift, but now these days manpower is a big shortage. So mostly people use hoist and cranes. So this is the one part of overhead material handling. This all falls into the overhead material handling. The other field is floor handling, where you move the load through a transporter or through a trolley, through a stacker, through a pallet truck, and you move across the sheds and you stack in the storage systems and all those things. So this is all about material handling. You have goods lift, which takes the goods from one floor to another. You have car parking systems which can stack the cars. This all falls into the car parking. So we are having a big product range basically, and we have different experts and different verticals taking care of each segment and each range.
So, do you also see that with the modernization of automation across the industries, how significant it would be for Techno Industries?
See, automation and modernization is the most important thing in today's context for not only material handling, any industry. And so we are not exception. We also have to modernize and we also have to upgrade. As far as modernization automation is considered, for my internal unit, that we are already working on it. Automation from the point of automation in building. First, we have the industrial layout. We have processes. We have laid down all the processes. We have seen where we can automate fully and where we can semi-automate it. And we have automatic welding machines. We are robotic welding machines to weld stiffeners inside the crane girders. We are working on painting booths which will paint the crane automatically. And most important, we are working on modernizing by using the right IT-enabled products inside the factory. So what happens? The data is accumulated and it is not person driven, it is system driven. And as far as the whole modernizing concept is going on, all cranes and all material handling equipments are being modernized these days. Modernized from the point of view that these days you can use these equipments using remote controls from far away. You can just get the information, real-time data, what is going on in your crane, what is going on your floor through the IT gadgets by condition monitoring systems. So this is one step in modernizing, that you get the real-time data, that what is the usage of the crane, what is the application of the as per the application of the crane. Then modernizing in terms of using a lot of gadgets from point of anti-collision devices, that the two cranes don't collide. So these are the modern techniques which we are using in the overhead cranes. Apart from that, a lot of clients based, sector based. Like if you say automobile industry, then we say the lifting fixture for lifting the automobile chassis. If you say mining industry, the winching system to pull the all rocks from the beneath the earth. Then if you say space industry, then we need a special fixtures for lifting the rockets and missiles. So there are different various segments. We have to categorize each segment is an expertise in itself. And Techno Industries is very well versed with its knowledge and data bank, and with different verticals all in place. We have all knowledge about each vertical, and we do take care of our clients in that fashion as and when we are invited for the presentations.
In terms of like you said that you have already uh, incorporated all the automation which is required in the industry.
Right.
So in that context, a lot of data must be accumulated at your end as well as your client's end. So do you also give solutions to process that data, or to find out something new analytics from it, based on which new solutions can be developed? So do you also give that services to your clients?
Yes, very true. Without data, data is the new oil. So what we have done, we have just taken care of each. We have just fragmented the sectors: mining, then precast sector, metro, bridge, rail sector, engineering sector. In engineering, if you take pipe sector, transformer sector, then you take pharmaceutical sector, then you take defense, you take airports authority of India airport sector. There are more than 35 to 40 sectors. Now what we the basic 75%, 80% of the specifications are the same. You cannot change the engineering beyond a point. Hoisting is hoisting, lowering is lowering. Now apart from that, sector specific requirements are there, that certain, let us say steel plant sector. It's a very interesting sector and the most very critical sector. Steel star sector has a blast furnace, it has a cocoa pit, it has a fettling process, it has a rolling process, it has a melting process. There are 10 to 12 processes. Each processes are which crane will go in which process, which material handling will go in that particular process. So we have documented depending upon the size and the plant. If the plant is 250 metric tons per day, or one is 2500 metric tons per day, like Bokaro steel plant, Rourkela steel plant will work in a different fashion, and a small foundry in Rajkot or Kolhapur, Sangli, Satara will work in a different segment. So we have from 1 ton up to 250 tons, we have fragmented in that sector what will go with our knowledge and strength, and the people in the industry who are experienced, we have taken their inputs also, we have taken the client's input also, what they prefer, and which should be very practical also. Same with the plastic industry. With injection molding machine, you can supply a small mini lifting jib crane. With the CNC machine industry, a jib crane goes for lifting and shifting in certain axis. In a heat exchanger industry, again we have a certain specific tandem operation requirement. In a precast industry, we have a big long slabs which has to be lifted from one point to another. It's again different industry. In metro train, we have to lift the metro is metro, our workshops, bombardier, all these trains we have to lift through a tandem of application. All railways through COFMO we are dealing. ISRO has a different requirement. So all segments we have already, and it is a never ending process. Every day the knowledge is coming, every day the requirements are changing, every day the automation is taking place. So we have to keep on upgrading to update our knowledge, which is relevant for next 2 years.
Right. So talking about only MHE sector, could you list out some current emerging trends in the MHE segment?
See, in the material handling sector, emerging trends, I will talk you from two things. Like one is what we have found, that there is too much competition in today's contest in each sectors and in each businesses. There are very few businesses which will say we don't have a cutthroat competition. But as we are in the top three in the country, we have competition, but we have our competition with a certain level. Now, in that context, what is happening, that uh, we there is a lot of unstructured competition. Like regionally, from here if I want to send my cranes to Bangalore or Coimbatore, the transportation cost is humongous. Now when there's a regional player available in that territory, the person who is a local there, where is a local language, where is a local PRO, prefers that I buy some good guy cranes from someone who is nearby. So what we have done, we have a big expertise and we have a big engineering data on manufacturing crane kits and components. We not only make cranes for the entire projects, we also supply crane kits and components, which are the wheels, gearboxes, the crab winching units, the side bi-rail trucks, the panels, the cable drag chains, the brakes. So these parts we supply to an authorized crane builder who is our partner in that particular territory or region. So what happens, this is a new trend wherein people get their cranes manufactured in their local vicinity to save on transportation, to get better services, buying a reputed kit of tacklers. They buy our kits regularly. So what happens, that they don't have to take care of that main engineering, that is already sorted out, and they are already, the partners which we make are already convinced with the kits which they are manufacturing. They have been trained by us. We also help them and give them the knowledge on the particular sector they are dealing with, what to take care, which application will require which classification of the crane, what is the other automation, how much automation he should do, whether he should do the most sophistication or in the mid or the basic automation. So we give them a complete idea. We also give, we have an arrangement where we also give them the manufacturing drawings for the fabrication girders, so thereby they can fabricate locally, and we can get that inspected through a SGS or some good inspection body, and then the kit comes from Ahmedabad, and then the whole it gives value to the customer if it is far off. If it is nearby, we don't prefer like that. We prefer the entire crane should be company manufactured.
Okay. So moving on to the other part, like in terms of exports, do you
Yeah.
see that there is an impact over your overall business due to this COVID-19 situation? And how is the overall sentiment about the same, like exporting to other countries, overall across your business arena?
Yes, a very good question. Very good question. In these times, still, as we all know that on third again it will open, and we don't know what again, if any news comes that further 1 week is going here or there. Now we all stopped our manufacturing in the March end, where we have to dispatch our and commit our export consignments which were ready. We were not able to sell. Now these are the things, but the situation is called contingency, or you can force the measure. This no one had predicted and it has just come, so we have to fight it with our chest in front. So the market after COVID-19, once it will take some time to the workers and the workforce which has gone back to their villages or to their natives to come back and start, which will take approximately 1 month. So your you say May is gone. By that time you will be taking care of how to operate post COVID, and what care to be taken from the distancing point of view, uh, from the tunnels, from where we have to spray for the people, from the gloves, and how the new culture will be coming into place, which will again take 15 to 20 days, if by changing the people and changing the mindset. So that is one challenge. After that, the people who will be coming, that is a second challenge. Third thing, the existing orders which we have to fulfill, where the people have to pay us 80%, 90% prior to dispatch and take the goods. They may say that at present the funds are, we are short of funds, and we may take some time. So there we have to keep it in the go down or give on good faith, something like that. So that cycle will again take 2 to 3 months to, depending upon your business scale, it will take its own time. So another 6 months, I see the business will take some time to get settled down. Settled down. So everything will get. So people may be in the panic that what to do, from where to bring funds. But I see after 6 months what has happened, and I personally feel that the whole world is in a lockdown stage. The export inquiries will not come for another 1%, as our IMF also told that 6.5% is our targeted growth, which will be reversed by 0.5 to 0.75%. So if you say deficit is 7.5%, growth apart, it's a reverse trend. So you cannot escape that. It's a reality. So it will take some time to pick up, but in 2021, as you presume by March, things will slowly start going up. or February, March, and we will have an advantage thereby if we are really cautious with our systems, with our automation, modernization policies. India will be the next Sone ki Chidiya again, because we have a good manpower, we will be doing automation, we will be preferred over China, which is, these days people have very negative sentiment about China because of this COVID-19 virus. They all feel that's a lab made. It's a sentiment, but people have short-lived memories. But if people do have short-lived memories, but back of the mind, if you are able to pitch India, and the government is able to take pitch India, and we are able to take those opportunities, grab those opportunities, India will be the next destination, the preferred destination to for the world supply chain. And then slowly 2021, by 2021 and 2022, 23, 24, things will be moving at a much faster pace. A lot of companies will be coming in. We have to grab the opportunity. It's a opportunity in disguise. I wish such opportunities don't come, but as it has come, then you have to strike at the right time. So exports over the years, a year or so, it will be moving better, because all the economies have to open. If you have opened and the other economies are shut, then it's difficult to export.
So looking at, like, you have clearly explained about the export scenario, but are you happy with the current relief packages that the government has announced, and or what are your expectations towards those relief packages?
See, the government has, what they have given is your income tax and other GST, what all the term, they have given the benefits that you can go up to June, and you will be charged only 9% interest. They have also told that we will give for the people who are not able to come post COVID, the ESI of 70% will be bared by the ESI company instead of X percentage. And they are yet to come with a lot of other benefits for the MSME sectors. Like the biggest investment in next few years will be by the country itself, all public sector units, and the government have to flush in a lot of good amount of stimulus to ensure that the business generates from the infrastructure point of view, which will percolate below. Now with this, the other benefits they have given to MSME is, the MSME already has that they have to make it more stringent from the, again, the payment cycles, because in India one thing is very clear: the cycles of payments from the PSUs to the corporates to the small is accustomed in such a fashion that a lot of people waste their energies on collection rather than doing R&D. That's what I personally feel. So this trend of the government, like the collection of GST, they have to come with some stringent thing that in 45 days you have to pay MSME. That then it should be 45 days, and action should be taken. And bill discounting facilities at a lower percentage of 7%, 7.5% should be possible with the big banks for even the small medium enterprise. And this all should be very handy online. Like digitization is a big field and it is happening. So all this, if it digitalization, if it comes very fast, and you can just put your bills, your GRNs and everything online, and within a week you get your payments, some sort of reality. It may sound very I'm daydreaming, but it's not so. It's possible, because till we don't use our energies and synergies at the right place, we will never be efficient. And the game in tomorrow's world is of efficient people. Whatever opportunity comes, if you don't have efficient manpower, if you don't have efficient systems, and if speed is not there, and your currency is not getting strong, then I don't think things will move fast. But the government is working on it. They are fully aware about it. Niti Aayog is already on the job, and we are also through the CII medium and other mediums pitching what is the requirement of the industry.
There have been reports that they are telling that 25% of investments from the PSUs should be directed, or probably the supply division, which the government takes care. The supplies should be met by 25% of the supplies of PSUs should be by MSMEs. The government should procure their supplies from MSMEs. So, do you favor that decision? Would that be of great help, or there is another alternative that you can suggest?
No, definitely. See, I will tell you, medium, small, medium enterprise is the backbone of India. if you see the maximum taxes and the revenue collection for any government which comes in any of the nation, it comes through MSMEs, because the PSUs have a bigger role to play of providing employment and giving the statutory. MSMEs give the taxes to the government. MSMEs is a very wide base, and MSMEs employ most of the manpower in the country. So MSMEs, you have to facilitate MSME, not here, it's everywhere. And you have to, in fact, make the corporates PSUs more efficient. Corporates are already efficient, they have their balance sheets and everything coming. The PSUs has to become further efficient. The systems are extraordinarily laid down in our country. The PSUs have fantastic systems of checking and everything, but one has to understand their systems, and there has to be a bridge. Someone has to be a catalyst in understanding the way government functions from the public sector companies and the way MSME functions. If that bridge goes very well, then I think things will move fast.
So, in the post-lockdown period that you already mentioned, that companies will have to bear the post-lockdown issues for some time. But after that, yes, there would be a good time, and this is a challenge in disguise. Sorry, opportunity in disguise. So, looking at
Yes.
that, what do you see that what would be the challenges that would be very much upfront just after we get out of lockdown?
So I told you again, the manpower coming back to work is a challenge. There will be a lot of ways where people will not be meeting, like what webinars and video conferencing. That change will come. So you have to have that IT infrastructure for that, right? To communicate better rather than going and meeting each and everyone, sitting in someone's reception for an hour and a half. You have to be more disciplined with time from top to bottom. People have to value time. And the most important, your raw material which is going to come from abroad in your supply chain has to be sourced domestically. Right now, if all these are taken care, then you have to modernize, automate, and and deliver in time. And you have to follow all the European standards, Indian standards, relevant standards as per your industry.
So, looking at like post lockdown, or probably if we when we get out of this COVID-19 situation, and looking at this particular impact on the industry, have you also altered some of your plans which were already planned for the upcoming year as well as this year? And could you list out some significant changes that you have brought in your expansion plan or probably growth plans?
See, post COVID, we have planning. We are planning. Excuse me. Since last 1 year, we were change is constant. So since last 2 years, we were basically changing our. We just upgrade our infrastructure. First thing, we bought ERPs and softwares like Tele ERPs or Salesforce ERPs or some private ERPs to ensure that our data is at one place and everyone has access anywhere from the globe with a given password and taking care of the security. So you have to make your companies IT enabled. Second thing, you have to find the gaps in your management and in your processes. That certain process you do twice, you can avoid by doing it once. Certain methodology you have to change, and certain people you have not inducted for, like let us say bought out components are coming and you don't have a good QC guy to check the bought out components. You only have a QC guy to check the finished component. Then at source you are missing something. So all those organizational changes we have been doing since quite a long time, and we are further strengthening. In fact, me personally, having experience of this so many in this field since such a long time and inherited all this since 40 years, we have made a lot of checklist, because this I found in one garage when I went to get my Toyota serviced. I found the Japanese were so thorough, and everyone everywhere they had a checklist. They were not using their brains every time. They used to just check, done, 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 done. So every process, everything should have a checklist in any business you are, because that checklist will everything. You don't have to store here like this ये रह गया, ये हो गया, ये करने वाला हूँ, ये क्यों नहीं रहा हुआ. Checklist take 98% of your efficiency will come automatically, and it has to be uploaded on a software in a stipulated time. So with that, what happens, your deliveries will be taken care. So each process, each department, each individual has to be proactive. It cannot be that kal kar dunga. Like in India, it is like that people will say, I had told him, he will do it, and there is a lot of passing the buck. But if you want to take the opportunity, this is not the way. The mindset has to change. You have to change first from the mindset point of view, then from the financial point of view, then from the skill. We don't have skill. People say chalo ye ho gaya, isme ye dal do, koi baat nahi, ye the building is undercut, it's okay, we will take another line. But why the building came undercut? Did you check? Did you go to the reason? Was your MPR proper? You have to go to the you have to get the experts who can guide you and get the right thing for what you are going to give to the end user. Because internationally you can only survive if your quality is good, because quality is a prerequisite. You cannot say I have A quality, B quality, like C quality. Quality is one. You have to have a good quality, that's it. So these will be the challenges, and for that we are already working in our own ways with a automatic printing booth, then vertical storage retrieval systems for vertical stacking, then lithium ion stackers and batteries, which we are using auto on the floor handling. We are using a lot of automation these days. Recently in one hospital we found that instead of the nurse going to deliver the meals to the COVID-19 patients, there was a small self-propelled 30 kg payload transporter which was taking the food, the fruits, on a pre-decided department or ward, and from there someone was distributing. So the whole world and the dynamics will change, and you have to study. You have to study. The best thing is you go on the YouTube, you go on the media, different media, what the world is doing, and if we follow even 25% of that, I think that would be a good move further.
Right. All right. That gives me a very interesting perspective to end this interview, as well as to our readers, about the current COVID-19 situation and even the MHE sector, as well as you have also spoken about SMEs and what would be the challenges, what would, how government would play their role through PSUs and all the policies they would come up with, and also the upcoming packages. Let's wrap this interview, and uh, let's hope for connecting with us in a similar fashion. May it be through video
Sure,
as well as through webinar as well. So, of
sure,
course,
sure.
you must be already following webinars, but yes,
Yeah, a
we
lot
are
of
definitely
webinars day
looking
in, day
forward.
out. Yeah,
Yes,
very
and
interesting webinars. Yes.
yes, our schedule is already packed in May, so we are looking forward for you, as well as you are reviewing our webinars. Plus, you can also join the team as a panelist as well. Okay.
Sure.
So do stay
Thank you.
connected with
Yeah,
everyone so that you can be aware with all the emails, upcoming updates of the industry. Okay.
sure.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you and Jai Hind.